Caltrans schedule. They're on a different schedule than everybody else. And I see it day in and day out in different projects. Somehow, I'd like it noted, I don't know if they've been to the table at all the prior commitment schedules and the prior agreements and MOUs that have transpired, but somehow they managed to get away with having their own schedule. We need to hold them to the fire. Somehow maybe we can hold this project and say the project is not going to move forward until Caltrans is open, whatever they're responsible for. Because day in and day out, they seem to hold their own little schedules. And I guess it's a pet peeve, but it really bothers me that to this date, we're looking at 4 years since the mall opened, and the big thing, one of the biggest responsibilities that they had, they get to come through with. And so I'd just like to have that for the record that somehow we hold Caltrans, and I should say the county also, because there's going to be some county issues here and some city issues, that they be considerate before the project opens, that those other issues are dealt with and they're ready to go. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We've got another speaker. Come on up, sir.
It's a continuation. A couple of months ago, it came out that for the valley to really develop, we need people who are educated, college education, technical education. If we're losing money because people are spending their money in gambling, and we're losing it because we're using all the services to cater to these people, then there won't be more people who are educated. Let's take Mexicali. They have about 14, 15 universities. They're bringing in university, they're bringing in industry. That's what our leaders have to do, bring in fresh money, fresh industry for our people. That's a school, okay? Right? And the second, okay? How many of you here in the audience or people I'm talking to believe they have a closer tie to God than pastors and the people of faith? Now, I can assure you that 99% of the people, Catholic, Baptist, Charismatic, etc., the people and the pastors have voted no. They voted no. Politicians, can you go against people of faith? Please. And we have a group of gentlemen who just came. I'm not doing it because they came, but they can tell you what addiction does. Okay? So you go and ask your pastors, ask your priests if they're for gambling. I'm not talking about bingo, okay? I'm talking about gambling. Gambling with your life, your earnings, your family. Right? Thank you.
Sir, could you state your name again?
Yes, Roberto Gutierrez, citizen of Calexico, and I was part of the committee against Measure M.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Mike Nesiak.
My name is Mike Nesiuk, pastor of the Church of the Redeemer of Redentor in Brawley, California. I've been a pastor there for 32 years. And we operate a center for rehab for men and women coming off of substance abuse. And I can attest to the fact that gambling is a big part in contributing to keep them going in the drugs, in drugs and everything, and the destruction that has brought upon the families, the breakup of the home, breakup of the marriages, violence. Like I said, I've been here 32 years, and we've had families, individuals, husbands, wives, with children coming to our center from the Indio area, from the Yuma area, from the San Diego area, people whose lives have been broken because of addiction to gambling. A lot of times we put up front the need of jobs. You know, that the reason is for the casino to come is provide jobs. But I think we need to look at the flip side. What about those people that lose jobs, lives, marriages, relationships because of gambling? What's being done on that end of it? I remember a few years ago when Las Vegas started advertising throughout the valley, and the different shows that they show. One of their main spokesmen, who was the head of the city of what do you call it, of Las Vegas, he said something. He says, in Vegas, everything is fixed so that you lose and we win. Now, people think that they're going to go and make money, by going gambling, but the opposite is the truth. And we, as ministers, as the brother that was up here said, we deal with the victims, of the addiction. There's a lot said about jobs, about the streets, about the land and everything. My business is souls, and it beguiles me, to see how, we already have 4 or 5 casinos 1 hour north of us. We have 4 or 5 casinos west of us. We have 4 or 5 casinos east of us, and we're going to put one right here. I mean, the damage that there is, that we've seen on the spiritual side, the souls of people is being lost. Not just in the sense of, in the spiritual sense like we as ministers see it, but people are lost just to get that high, just to get that, to feel that urge of sitting there at a machine, which they sit many times for hours and hours, sometimes 2-3 days without even sleeping, staying in a casino. And these are the things that I attest to. And so I think, to me, yes, it's a concern of land, it's a concern of jobs, it's a concern of different type of impacts, but the greatest impact and the most negative impact is the destruction of the individual, the soul of the person, the marriages, the children who have been totally neglected. I have pastor friends who are pastors in the Indio area.
Sir, could I ask you to wrap it up?
Okay, yeah. I have friends, pastor friends in the Indio area who were pastors there before the casinos came in and after the casinos, and I have not heard one positive report. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there anybody else who would like to speak? This is your opportunity to give public testimony.
Hello, my name's Ralph Garcia, and I'm Assistant Director at New Creations. And what the gentleman was saying earlier, I believe is exactly right, because for over 39 years, I was caught up, well, say 20, because when I was a young man, I started messing around with drugs like when I was 15. But the whole thing is that as I got older, and as I got more involved in methamphetamine, it just intensifies everything. And then when you go and gamble and you get all caught up in going there, and it just makes it more, and you don't really think it. And it's not just people like me that, now I'm changed. I'm not the same person no more. But there's other people, there's businessmen, there's people that are in high places that get caught up in the same thing. And then it eventually, gambling and drugs and everything, and it just makes this whole society, I don't understand why Imperial County can't just say no. Just say no. Let's be different than everyone else. Let's stand up and have a place that our children and our children, grandchildren, and children can grow up in a good environment, that they're able to become productive citizens. Because you don't need a casino to have people bring in drugs. Drugs are coming in no matter what. We have a big old mess without casinos. The casino, I used to go to Yuma, and I ended up getting caught up in a casino doing crazy stuff because I was all messed up. And it didn't help, and it intensifies. And then, like I say, doing the drugs intensifies, and then you think you're going to win, but you're not winning nothing. And addiction is even addicted to being addicted to drugs or being addicted to gambling. It's an addiction. I deal with that all the time. That's what I do. And there's got to be a greater hope. I know in my heart, my hope is Jesus Christ. But, that I believe is for everyone. Maybe not everyone agrees with me, but that's okay.